So when creating a written report, there are three main parts of your report. There's the body of your report, there's the intro, introduction, and conclusion, and then there's your brief outline of body. When creating your report, you should create a draft or an outline of your body. Then you should create a rough draft of your body. Then when you have your body completed, you should create a good copy of your body. Once the body's done, then what we can do is we can type up an introduction that introduces your problem and a conclusion that relates your conclusion to the end of your report. Finally, we'll create a brief outline that gives an outline of how your report will flow. For those of you who received 3 out of 6 or lower, typically the reason why is because you only gave the body. You never introduced it, you never drew a conclusion, and you never give a brief outline of where you're going. And because of this, you lost an audience mark and a style mark. Now, to get an audience mark, if you provide an introduction and a conclusion, you're most likely going to get that audience mark back. But we're still, when we get to the body, we're not sure where you're getting your information from. But by including this brief outline, which is one paragraph just explaining the steps you're going to take, solve for your initial value, then solve for your decay rate, then plug in your equation and solve, that brief description of the steps you're going to take, that's going to give you your style mark. So when you're spending time in your tutorial, when you get the worksheet, I encourage you, create a rough draft of your body. Take out paper, write it down. How are you going to solve it? The steps you take to solve. And create a rough draft of that body. Then when you go home, you can create a good draft of the body, and that'll take about an hour if you have that rough draft outlined. Then you can have another hour to write your intro, conclusion, and a brief outline, and then 1 more hour to do a good edit, and it should take no more than 3 hours to write up this report. And if you effectively use your time within your tutorial, you can probably do it within 2 hours. If instead you just open up Overleaf and start writing top to bottom, it's going to take more like 7-8 hours to do. So I highly suggest within your tutorial time, get that rough draft of the body, type up that body, and then once you have that body typed, create your introduction, conclusion, and that brief outline.